Yo, what is up, guys? We are back. Welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We're gonna be hopping in. We're gonna be playing some more Phoenix Wright, and it's been a while since the last episode, so I vaguely remember what was going on. But we're gonna go ahead and hop right on in. And I am very excited because I'm actually very much enjoying this game. Like, I don't know, because I've heard a lot of good things about these games, and I've always wanted to try them because the concept seemed interesting to me, but I never really had the chance to. But they dropped the trilogy on Switch, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. And we got it. And I'm enjoying this journey so far. Oh god, I have to remember the voices. Okay. Alright, we got this. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Oh god, what was his voice? I don't remember. Actually, did we meet this character last episode? I don't think we did. I don't think I made a voice for him yet. Oh god, what's his voice gonna be? I like his fucking weird, like, scarf thing. It's not a scarf, it's like a 18th century kinda... Why the fuck is he wearing that? That's very strange. I don't know. I don't know why. I get a really big Castlevania vibe from him. I have no clue why. Okay, don't ask me. I don't know. Specifically Symphony of the Night, but I don't know why. I don't know why I get that vibe from this character. It has to be the name, maybe the hair, and then also this weird, like, whatever the fuck you call that. I'm just gonna call it a scarf. It's not a scarf, but I'm gonna call it a scarf. Anyway, what fucking voice do I give him? I don't know. I'm gonna give him, like, kind of a pretentious, like, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. All these voices sound exactly the same. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then. If we may, call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. I fucking love this guy. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Detective Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain, you see. The body was found by this window here, you see. And the cause of death? The loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, you see? I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be the loss of blood. I'm pretty sure the cause of death would be the hit from the blunt object. Like, you get hit, you know, in the back of your fucking skull with a blunt object. I'm pretty sure the brain damage would be what would kill you, not the fucking loss of blood. If it killed her instantly, which they said it did, it would be the fucking brain damage from the impact, not the loss of blood. But, you know, whatever. We'll let that might end up being an inconsistency later on that we'll have to look into. So we'll keep note of that, because the autopsy said that she died instantly. Which, if the cause of death was due to a loss of blood rather than the initial impact itself, it wouldn't have been an instant death. Because you would have had to wait to bleed out before you would have died. So I'm gonna note that as a possible inconsistency. And we'll keep going. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, you see? What's that supposed to mean? Even in a girl's hands. Fucking... I see how it is. It's 2019, you can't do that anymore. I'm just joking, but, yeah. I had to make the joke. Anyway, the court accepts this statue as evidence. They're still calling it statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Okay. Oh my god, he's serious. Now, detective. Yes, sir? You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene of the crime, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir, I can. I had hard evidence she did it, you see. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony. I love this fucking game. I'm having a good time with it. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene of the crime, you see. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Pheonix. Yeah, if I was at the scene of the crime, wouldn't it be a conflict of interest that I would be defending her? Wouldn't that be like a glaring, like... Because I was at the scene of the crime. Like... I feel like that would be a conflict of interest or something along those lines that I wouldn't be able to defend her. But yeah, we'll keep going. I immediately arrest Miss Maya Fey, you see. Why? We had a witness. A witness with giant tits. Just bursting out of her fucking button-up. We had a witness describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? So did she actually see her get struck? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Was there a contradiction there? I think the contradiction would be that it was at the very moment of the murder. Because if we can prove that she didn't see it at the very moment. Yeah, because if she saw it the very moment it happened, she would have seen the actual attack. So I'm gonna go with that. Whoosh! Smack! Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It works lots of times. There we go. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got. Alright. A rush to the scene of the crime. So I can press on him now. Let's see. There are 2 people there already. Seems right. Alright, I immediately arrested. I could press on that. I'm gonna press on the fact that they saw the very moment of the murder. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? His voice is falling apart. Everybody's like, yeah, you said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and sure she isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? Yeah, because that would be substantial at best in a court of law. I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yeah, okay, let's go. Yes! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. There was something I should have told you about at first, you see? Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony once again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes, you see. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab tests results showed that the blood was the victim's, you see. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. It's not very hard. Anybody could have faked that. Also, you don't know, even if she did write it, you don't know the intentions of why she would write that. Also, oh wait, no! That's a glaring contradiction because they said the death was instant. She wouldn't have had time to write it. Oh, I got fucking chills on my arm. I just realized that. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor. Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? You know, I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, you see? Try to be more careful, Mr. Gumshoe. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay, the thing is that she died instantly, so she wouldn't have been able to write it. So I can... Yep, I can present the autopsy. Wait for it, wait for it. Objection! Oh, fuck, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, God. Oh, that was embarrassing. Let's try that again. Objection! There we go, got it. Detective Gumshoe, there is one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant... Mia Fey. The defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? Why, this isn't one of those lottery tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have, you see? You have it all backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? Fuck, when did we get it? It was the day after, right? I think the day after. The day after. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... Uh-oh. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim may have lived for several minutes after the blow. You scummy bastard. I received the results this morning. Your Honor, it is quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, right. You look shocked. Something you want to say? The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. You're a sham. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No, that's a legitimate question. That's not a personal attack. Why would he have a second autopsy made if they already had an autopsy? No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, but the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests that the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl who saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, take the stand. I had to make the joke, I'm sorry. Exactly what part of her is innocent? She did have a wiretap. Oh god, the music. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service. Wink.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This isn't good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. And that's the power of having a giant fucking rack and knowing what to do with it. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room, teehee. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel room is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court what you saw. Oh, here we go.
It was like 9 at night, and I looked out my window, you know? Then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then, the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl caught up to her, and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink. I can't stand this character.
Well, Your Honor. I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony.
No, it's not! That's not solid at all.
I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness testimony was quite firm. Did you not? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques as well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny flaws in perfectly good testimonies. That's kind of the job of the defendant. Or the defense. Not the defendant, the defense. That's kind of their job. That's what they get paid to do. Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine? Of course I will. Why would I not? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Alright, what do we have? It was like 9 at night. Saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Attacking her was a mousy looking girl sitting in a chair. The one like dodged to one side and ran away. Caught up to her and she hit her. Okay. So it was 9 o'clock. How were you so certain that it was 9 o'clock? I guess she says it was like 9 o'clock, not like it was 9 o'clock. I don't know if I should press on that. I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mouse. Alright, how are you so sure that it was that person? How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? That's not solid enough.
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. The testimony stinks.
What?
I'm willing to bet that you're lying. I don't know why you're lying. I'll figure that out, but you're lying. Did you really see the defendant? Oh god, the fucking face she made. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this. I mean...
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. I mean, that's pretty obvious, yeah. She is very strangely dressed. Okay, I'll go with that.
No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. I mean, it looks pretty normal. However, the witness testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. Except we do, because I was fucking there. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Oh, rar, you're trying to say... What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing from your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. I fucking hate reading her lines.
Your witness testimony again, if you would.
I almost had her. Alright, here we go.
We're getting somewhere, though.
I did see everything, I did. The victim dodged and ran off to the right. And the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock... Wait. How did she know it was a clock? Alright. Because everybody else has been calling it a statue. And how... I'm suspicious about her running around. I think I found some things we can press on there. Alright, we're gonna go with it. Alright, so I think what we should go on... Ran off to the right. I did see everything I did. She ran off to the right. Alright, I'm gonna press on that. A clock. Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. I'm on to something now. Alright, so the clock wasn't it. Okay. I think what we should go on is this. Because we have a floor plan, and I don't think... Alright, so she's saying she ran off to the right. Alright, if she ran off to the right... Alright, so these are the floor plans of the scene of the crime. And that kind of white cone in the center is the field of view that they would have had from the hotel. From that perspective, if she ran to the right... See, I don't know if she's talking about from her right as the viewer, or their right as the person that was being attacked. But if she's talking about from the perspective of the victim, running to the right would have made absolutely no sense. Because if you're being attacked, you would run to the nearest exit, not to a fucking corner. So that's what I'm suspicious about. Because the exit is up to the left from that perspective, but it depends on what she means. If she means her right as the viewer, or because they would have been on opposite sides. So right from her perspective would have been left from the victim's perspective. I might be thinking way too far into this, but I think that's what we go on. I think that's our ticket. Objection! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and that statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Wait. Does that not... I thought that was the right thing to do. Hold on. Ran off to the right. Can I press on that? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, see, that's what I was wondering. Right from her perspective or right from the victim's perspective? Because that makes a big difference. Is that right as in your right as you looked from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Wait, why would she say that? Right! It was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright. Please continue. Yo, Stella Doggo, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Then the girl ran after her. I saw it. Let's see. She wouldn't have been able to see it, though, because if she ran to the right, it would have been out of her perspective. So I think that's what I press on. Where did this weapon come from? Alright, hold on. I think this is where... Let's see. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Objection! Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does. I don't see anything contradictory. Objection overruled. Wait, so what am I... I'm fucking this up. I thought... I'm so confused. I thought I was onto something. We're gonna press on this. Oh no, we already did that. Okay. I'm so confused now. I thought I was onto something. Maybe I was overthinking things. We'll press on that. How convenient you remember her hippie clothes. That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun? Alright, that doesn't fucking help me. Alright, what else do I have? Hold on. I might could present this. How did you know it was a clock? Yeah, we could do that. I have the wiretap as well, but I don't think that's come up yet. Here we go. Miss May! What you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty little lawyer? I hate doing her voice. You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in a much same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that is important here. No, how did she know it was a clock? The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concern. No, how did she know it was a fucking clock? Nobody would have known that. No, that's bullshit. That's a legitimate question. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue with your questioning the witness. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you will answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of pheonix. No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. You would have not heard that from your fucking hotel room. Yeah, but it's not close enough to hear a fucking clock. That's bullshit. The law offices of pheonix, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could have easily heard the clock. I mean, I call bullshit on that, but you know, we'll go with it. Satisfied, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Oh, it couldn't have rung. She couldn't have heard it because it couldn't have rung. Because if you remember the fucking phone call that Mia and Maya had, Mia removed the clockwork from the inside. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It is quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see, Your Honor. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? I knew she was gonna comment on fat. Well, Miss Faye? Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. He's right, but I can prove that it was. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? I can, because I have the fucking phone call. Oh, it's all coming together now. Ho ho! Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is Maya's cell phone. Is he gonna say objective? I don't know if he is, but if he is, I want to be ready for it. Oh, he said take that. There you go. Take that! There we go. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of the conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. If only all fucking trials were as entertaining as this. So many, like, fucking plot twists. Order! Order! Oh god, he's freaking out. The defendant's phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. That good detective better remember he's up for an evaluation soon. I've gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. Ah, I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clock word out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I've got so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections? Yes, I do. Because they don't sell those. It was handmade. The witness claims she'd seen it before. I'm giving him the wrong voice now. I'm giving him the fucking judge's voice. I get them all mixed up because they're so similar. But this clearly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove that the witness has not seen the clock before. Because it was handmade by Larry Butts. It's simple, Your Honor. The clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the entire world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Fucking roasted, my dude. I love that line. Phoenix Wright is fucking best boy right now just because of that. Alright, I need him in Smash. It needs to happen. Oh, excuse is not on sale today. Oh, I fucking love it. Oh, he's so salty. Oh. Oh, God. Which is, oh. Oh. That's a lot of jiggling. What is it with you, porcupine head? This stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die, I tell you.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did, tee.
Oh, yeah, that's gross. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock?
That fucking face, my dude.
Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Let's see, just killed 3 people? Damn, let's go. You held it, you had heard about it. I don't think she held it. She had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard... That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, isn't this interesting? Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. The fucking wiretap. It has to be the wiretap. Have a look at this, Your Honor. That? I found this in Miss May's room. Which is, you know, just take my word for that, you know? I obtained it completely illegally, and this evidence would be completely dismissible in a court of law because I obtained it without a warrant. But, you know, yeah, we'll ignore that part, okay? Just take my word for it that this was found in her room. Also, don't ask why I was in her room, but, you know, just take my word for it. That would be completely dismissible in a court of law in real life, because at least in the United States, maybe not elsewhere, but in the United States, he would have had to have had a warrant to search the premises and obtain that. The fact that he got it without a warrant would have made it completely dismissible. So there you go. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim Maya Faye's phone, were you not? Jesus Christ, that fucking face. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous, Your Honor. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely! Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Yes. They already said that. I already proved that. Can you prove that? I think not. I think I can. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on phone that the weapon is a clock. We already went over this. It's the fucking recording. This music is amazing. It adds so much to this game. I fucking love this game. I've always wanted to try out these games, but I never did. I've always heard good things about them. But it wasn't until they released the trilogy on Switch that I decided to check them out. But we're probably going to play through all 3 of the games that I have, because I'm loving this. Alright, we're going to present this. There we go. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Is Geometry Dash on Switch? I don't know. I'll have to check. Actually, I could probably check that right now. I keep saying I'm going to, and then I forget. So I'll just do it real quick. I know this is kind of killing the moment right now. But we can check real quick. I think it is, but it might not be. No. I don't think it is. This isn't it, right? No. I don't know what this is or why it came up when I searched Geometry Dash, but... Alright. As far as I'm aware, Geometry Dash is not on the Switch. But it should be. It needs to be. Alright, we're getting back in. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the Thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness' face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. La 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 la. I don't know how to interpret that. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up! All of you! What gives you the right to judge me? You lawyer? I mean, that's kind of my... He's a judge and I'm a lawyer. That's kind of our jobs. It's not fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss May now. Now to deal the final blow. I don't think she murdered her. In fact, we know she didn't murder her. Because we saw the cutscene where the actual murderer was there. So why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. I don't think it's irrelevant, though. Like, yes, that's its own crime in and of itself. But, like, you were tapping the phone calls of somebody who was murdered on the day that they were murdered. And you were right across the fucking street from them. I'm pretty sure that's not irrelevant. That's not just, oopsie, coincidence. You know, no. Miss May, you are tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While the court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation to the court? Can you prove that you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. Evil, I tell you. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. You're not the first man who's thought that, and of course, I can and will. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night, right? Why, that was just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was.
iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Ice coffee? You think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not at the scene at the time of the murder. Well, I never said she murdered him. I said she was in on it. Or murdered her, I should say. So, where does this leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit the murder. To the murder somehow. Does the defense have anything to say? Well... Call the bellboy as a witness. I feel like that's the obvious thing to do. Because her whole argument is based on the bellboy bringing her room service. So... It seems obvious that the bellboy would be called as a witness to confirm that. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. I'm pretty sure you don't get to do that. You're the prosecution, not the judge. You don't get to make deals like that. That's not how that works, I'm pretty sure. Keep in mind, I have no, like, profession in the world of, you know, laws and all that stuff like that. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure you don't get to make decisions like that as the prosecutor. Condition. If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss May. Okay, first of all, just because April may or may not be innocent, okay, even if she's proven innocent, that doesn't automatically mean Maya Fey is guilty. So that's bullshit. This is my condition. And again, that's not a condition that you as the prosecution gets to make, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know how these things work in the real world, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure the prosecution doesn't get to make that decision. But we'll go with it for the sake of the game. Well, I can't give up, so I'm gonna accept. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Which is exactly something that someone who is honest and credible would say, you know? Not somebody who is evil and is obviously lying. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir.
I received your summons in the middle of my work, sir, and I'm happy to be of service. Alright, we'll find out what the bellboy has to say in the next episode. We're gonna wrap up here. There we go. Alright. We're gonna wrap up here. We'll probably squeeze in another stream later this evening. But for now, we're gonna wrap up here. I am very much enjoying this game, though. But for now, thank all you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to become one of the ground babes. I'll see all you guys next time. Goodbye, guys.